information.
Copy that. Everybody, get to the ship. Move!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 20 insane video game fan theories.
Maria, I'm finished with you.
What?
Limitless energy. The life force that flows through our planet, I think.
For this list, we'll be looking at game theories that really expand the story's narrative implications, and they don't even have to be impossible or untrue. Let us know in the comments section below which game you'll be paying closer attention to. Now, let the conspiracies begin. Number 20. Luigi is evil. The Super Mario series. The Mario Brothers have been with us for over a decade. That's a long time. We've laughed and enjoyed all the adventures they've gone on together and solo. But what if there was more to this family under the surface? Besides being the chosen host for the evil artifact, the Chaos Heart, Luigi's always causing chaos whenever he's left unchecked. There are supposedly accidents, but what if they're not? We know he's extremely powerful, which may be why Mario is always babysitting him, so he doesn't get out of line. Number 19. The Abducting Cult. The Animal Crossing series. We were kids when we started playing Animal Crossing, but as adults, we're able to see just how twisted this community really is. We have no recollection of how we ended up traveling to the town, and everyone is just so welcoming and friendly to us, despite having no idea who we are. Forced to work to pay off debt, we're told how valuable we are, and the debt piles on. With armed guards at the exit, we have to wonder what the real intentions are. Despite all the friendliness, something is awry, and our character is too inexperienced to see through it all. Number 18. Guardians are the villains. Destiny.
But we do know this. Very few of us survived.
Let's all just trust this mysterious sphere that hovers above us and do what it tells us just because it says so. We have to stop and wonder when enemies we fight call us the darkness. Bungie's game Pathways into Darkness has you stopping a godlike being from destroying the world. What if the Traveler is that being, and we, as Guardians, are doing its bidding on a galactic scale? There is a suspiciously titled trailer, Pathways Out of Darkness, for Destiny, which may hint at their earlier title's role reversal. Number 17. Pikmin takes place in an empty post-apocalyptic Earth. Pikmin. There's a common trend of seemingly innocent kid-friendly games with much darker lore than on the surface. While the planet we're on isn't identified as our Earth, it sure does resemble it. Our Pikmin finds objects reminiscent of human civilization, and on one of those things is a Geiger counter. You know, that thing used to measure radiation. Yeah, it goes wild in some areas, indicating that nuclear war was the cause of the world's state. You also find a bunch of creatures who look and act like mutated animals of our time. Number 16. Star Fox pilots have to amputate their legs. Star Fox. At first glance, Nintendo's Star Fox franchise is a delightful shoot-'em-up adventure about gutsy space pilot Fox McCloud and his anthropomorphic animal friends. But for some gamers, this cute exterior hides a dark secret. Art for the game seems to show the pilots with metal legs, giving rise to speculation that they've undergone amputation to better survive intense G-forces. If true, it must have really sucked when G-diffusers were introduced on R-Wings in the sequel, Star Fox 64. Star Fox programmer Dylan Cuthbert has claimed the creators of the original puppets just couldn't be bothered making feet, but those ankles are awfully slender. Number 15. Bug jars lead the way to the end of the world. The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. We wouldn't be surprised if more and more secrets in Skyrim were being exposed to this day. And that's because the world is so huge and the lore so vast that people are still searching. One such mystery is the various bugs and jars scattered throughout the map with mysterious etchings on them. While Bethesda devs themselves hint at the ominous jars having no meaning and are just collectibles, an attempt to translate the runes can draw a pentagram on the map, with the Shrine of Talos in the center of it all. Number 14. Final Fantasy X2 is a prequel to Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy X2 and Final Fantasy VII.
Limitless energy. The life force that flows through our planet, I think.
In X2, a character named Shinra wants to harness the Far Plane's energy. He mentions it may take generations, and Yuna says it would be great to use it to create a city full of lights that never sleeps. Well, that's exactly what happens in 7, and his apparent descendant, President Shinra, is behind it all. For years, fans theorized these two games are connected, and now the Final Fantasy VII Remake has added more fuel to the fire, due to the fact that the Shinra Museum contains an old photograph with someone resembling X2's Shinra. Coincidence? Number 13. The Elder Scrolls and Fallout are in the same universe. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim and Fallout 4. Skyrim is set in a fictional fantasy world and Fallout in a post-apocalyptic Earth. But what if Skyrim is just on a different planet from the world of Fallout, or even in Fallout's distant past? In Fallout 4, players can stumble across a bioluminescent plant with restorative properties that was first discovered at the mouth of a river. It has a remarkable resemblance to Nirnroot, a plant in Skyrim that also glows and grows near water. Is it just a fun Bethesda Easter egg, or a clue to a larger universe where plants survive millions of years or travel through space? Number 12. Haunted Majora's Mask. The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask. While as far-fetched as it sounds, there may be another cartridge out there that does have undesired effects when you name your profile Ben. Ben drowned and he supposedly haunts Majora's Mask. There are some creepy videos out there that show Ben, or the evil spirit posing as Ben, toying with the player and affecting the game around them. This is still being investigated to this day, and its alternate reality game has brought thousands of Zelda enthusiasts and theorists together in fright. It's always easier when people are scared with you. Number 11. You Kill Gary's Raticate. Pokemon Red and Blue. Pokemon never die, they only faint until you make your way to the Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town and realize they do in fact die. Yikes. Your rival Gary is seen in the tower mourning, but we aren't told which Pokemon he's there for. But the answer is out there if you look for it. Gary has a trusty Rattata early on, which evolves into his Raticate. He uses it to battle you on SS Anne, and you never see it again after that. We get it. You want to prove you're better than your cocky rival. But did you have to tackle his Pokemon that hard? Number 10. The Ghosts of Mario's Past. Super Mario World. We can spend a whole lot of time trying to make sense of the stuff that goes on in the Mario series, but we don't think anyone has time for that. However, something we can speculate to some degree of accuracy is the haunting of the sunken ghost ship in Super Mario World. The ship is infested with boos or ghosts, and the game's manual states that this is a flying airship from Super Mario Bros. 3. You know, the one you wreak havoc on. So it's safe to say that all the boos in the sunken ghost ship are the spirits of enemies you've killed. Good luck with that. Number 9. Companion cubes have people inside. Portal.
Welcome to the Aperture Science Computer-Aided Enrichment Center. We hope your brief detention in the relaxation vault has been a pleasant one.
When you're cut off and alone, any friend will do. Trapped in the test chambers of Aperture Science, it's easy to become attached to your trusty companion cube. But in the end, it's just a crate painted with hearts, right? Well, some fans think there are actually people stuffed inside. The theory is inspired by a tie-in comic in which the cube of Aperture employee Doug Rapman appears to talk. In the game, GLaDOS warns Chell not to listen if her own cubes pipe up. Rapman's conversations probably have something to do with his antipsychotic medication running out. But we have to admit, GLaDOS is one pretty twisted AI.
I'd just like to point out that you were given every opportunity to succeed. There was even going to be a party for you.
Number 8. The Abortion Ending. Earthbound. With the clash between cute and friendly-looking graphics and gameplay, and the horrific visuals and strangely mature themes the game has if you look hard enough, this theory has more legs to stand on than you might think. The battle with Gygas itself looks like you're fighting a fetus, and the walk leading up to the fight has you traversing along some fleshy tubes that lead to what looks like a reproductive system. While all this could be an unfortunate coincidence, it still raises a few eyebrows. Number 7. GLaDOS is your mother. Portal 2.
But I think we can put our differences behind us. For science. You monster.
While a puzzle game on the surface, Portal 1 and 2 have won fans over with its in-depth lore and the grander mystery behind Aperture Science. We open the series not knowing who we are or what GLaDOS even is, but eventually learn that we play as Chell. We also learn of CEO Cave Johnson and his assistant Caroline, in which a romance is hinted at. The theory states that you are the child of both Cave Johnson and Caroline was uploaded to GLaDOS, which would indicate that you've just been the subject of tough motherly love the entire time. Great, mommy and daddy issues, but mostly mommy.
No, put her in my computer, I don't care. Alright, test over.
Number 6. Civilization is set in the afterlife. The Civilization series. This excellent strategy game has you choosing from many of history's conquerors and world leaders to establish a civilization and enhance it through the ages, in competition with other famous individuals of similar statures. Genghis Khan warring with Gandhi is a bizarre concept to explore, but if it can happen in the game series, it makes us wonder. To do battle with one another even though they have lived in entirely different eras may signify that they now live on in an afterlife specifically made for them. Number 5. Link is Dead. The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask. At the beginning of Majora's Mask, Link is searching for a beloved and invaluable friend, Navi, his fairy companion in Ocarina of Time. According to one popular theory, he's so distraught at her departure that he passes through the 5 stages of grief, with Clocktown representing denial, and the other locations anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. But a more radical theory postulates that Link is dead and he's in purgatory. His grief is actually over his own death at the start of the game. Well, that's a bummer. Number 4. Uncharted is a prequel to The Last of Us, the Uncharted series.
I had to know about St. Dismas, whom I bet Avery and all of his crew were intimately familiar with. Not that hard of a test.
There are so many signs with this one. They're hard to be dismissed as simple Easter eggs. Both series are highly acclaimed Naughty Dog creations. You can draw immediate comparisons with presentation and gameplay between the two IPs. And now, you can draw comparisons between the story. In Uncharted 3, you can find a newspaper that headlines a deadly fungus, and in Uncharted 4, you can find a firefly pendant. as well as some prescription meds from Weston's Pharmacy, which is a pharmacy in The Last of Us. Let's just forget that Uncharted 4's ending takes place in the 2020s and go along with this one.
That's the legend. Turns out it was just a statue. A cursed statue.
No way, seriously?
Number 3. The Indoctrination Theory. Mass Effect 3. The ending of Mass Effect 3 left many gamers in an uproar. In a series all about choices, the game's finale offered players some difficult and, for many, dissatisfying options. Destroy synthetic life, bringing down the Reapers, merge them and take control, or somehow fuse organic and synthetic life with the weird green light thing. And so a theory was born. The Reapers have an energy field that can brainwash organic beings, a process known as indoctrination. What if Shepard had been indoctrinated, and the ending only happened in his head? Or Reapers influenced his final choices? Hey, look, a fan can dream.
Where am I?
The Citadel. It's my home.
Number 2. Mary's body is in James' car. Silent Hill 2.
It's too bad we have to leave. Please promise you'll take me again, James.
Konami's classic survival horror game takes a player on a convoluted psychological journey to investigate the death of the protagonist's wife. But it turns out, spoiler alert, the killer was him all along. In the water ending, James drives his car over a cliff, saying now they can be together. While this could mean together in death, in the Rebirth ending, James plans to revive her corpse, which some gamers interpret to mean it's close at hand. For example, in the trunk of his own car.
Without you, Mary, I've got nothing.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Squall is dead. Final Fantasy VIII. We're used to game characters surviving things that would kill a person in real life. But what about getting impaled by an ice javelin as thick as your arm? During an assassination attempt gone wrong, Squall is easily defeated by the sorceress Edea. But he later wakes up and seems pretty much fine, with his wound completely gone. One fan explanation is that Squall dies and the rest of the game is all a dream in his dying mind. This theory is further fueled by the ending, which shows Rinoa supposedly fading from Squall's dying memory, as well as one of the most disturbing freeze frames you'll ever see.
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.